Success is not fame, money, expensive trips to expensive places, or living in luxury apartments. Success is rather health, peace of mind, having your loved ones around you, and also sleeping like a baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Boache, and I'm so glad to come to you with this amazing episode. You see, society's perception of success is something that is really tricky. And today I'm going to point to you the flaws of society's concept. So when I was growing up, my mom would always tell me, work hard so that you become successful. And usually her concept of success would be you become rich, you become someone who is prominent in society. And obviously, all these things are not bad. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to point the flaw to you. You realize that anytime you've achieved success, anytime you've achieved something at all, the goalpost moves. You are up chasing the next thing. So will you say the initial achievement was not successful since you have to now up the game and do something else? Society's aspect or society's concept of success actually embraces the hedonic treadmill. For those of you who don't know the hedonic treadmill, it's the feeling that one is going to be happy after an initial achievement. Now the happiness wears off and you are back chasing the next thing. If you look at all the social media and all that, everything is about becoming famous, becoming going to expensive trips and all that. Once again, all these things are not wrong. But let me ask you a critical question. Has there been a situation in your life where you had to forego a business appointment or something that is very lucrative just because your loved one was not feeling well and you had to make sure that they were fine? Society's concept of success might be a fun one, but what if I told you that usually what we are looking at and terming as success, that is not really success. Success is not making so much money and losing your loved one. Success is not making so much money at the expense of your health. Success is not achieving so much in life at the expense of your peace of mind. A person who has peace of mind is way better than a rich person who has no peace of mind. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who can relate, have you ever gotten so much money and been in a situation where people are chasing you left, right, center, and you don't have your peace of mind? But let's think about it. Maybe you are more successful than whoever you are idolizing. That is the reason why you have to clear your mind and be focused on your pursuit. Because when you continue to embrace this society's concept of success, you are always going to end up not happy because there's always the chase, there's always the moving of the goalpost moving from one direction to the other, so that the person who has gotten $1 million in his bank account is now chasing $20 million, and the person who has lesser than that is actually idolizing the one with the $1 million. That is what is happening, and comparison and all that is going on because society is always pitting us against ourselves, telling us someone has made this amount of money, someone is traveling this way, someone is famous this way. So we tend to look down on the basis of success. Whatever you want to achieve or whatever you want to gain in life, it starts with the basis. You can't tell me you are going to choose $100 million or a very high amount of money over your health. And in as much as you want to go on and achieve so much in life, you are not going to sacrifice your health for these pursuits. Sometimes you are going to actually lock yourself in a room and make sure you are fine before you continue with your pursuit. That is what success is about. So you might actually be successful than whoever you are idolizing. And it's high time we embrace the true version of success. One that doesn't have to do with moving the goalpost. One that doesn't have to do with always pitching one person against the other, telling the other person that he's not good enough because this person has achieved this or that. Success is about wellness, becoming well and having a positive mindset, having peace of mind, having health, your loved ones around you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is success. And it's high time we appreciated all these things and held so much value in it because that is what true success is about. Yes. There's been days in my life where I had wanted to go to certain places, wanted to go and do some business, so wanted to actually venture into something, but I wasn't healthy. I wasn't feeling good. So I had to make sure that, in spite of the fact that I would have made so much money going outside, it was more important for me as a then to put everything aside and make sure my health was on point. In spite of trying to achieve so much, I make sure that my loved ones or my family, my friends, all of them are well because when something happens to them, it's going to affect me. So you don't sacrifice the basis for the glittering stuffs on social media, for the stuff that are always glittering. Yes, because when you read history and you look at some of these accomplishments and all that, you see a lot of people who are rich, a lot of people who are famous, they are actually trying to become like normal people. Yes, because they say, okay, when I became famous, I can't go up around, I can't move around like a normal person. I can't go to my favorite park to have fun. It's always about me having a security detail or something like that around me. And that makes them uncomfortable. Yes. So just ask yourself, someone is also not famous and is trying so hard to become famous because he sees it to be glamorous. It is two things. So, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you have or whatever you are now, you have to be content with what you have in as much as you are working hard, because having a good mind or having a good mindset towards your pursuit is something that is going to earn you so much so that you don't lose yourself in your pursuit of success. You don't lose yourself in the pursuit of becoming rich, becoming famous, or whatever, because always you would have to come back to the basis. You don't lose loved ones, you don't lose people who mean well for you just because you want to have a couple of dollars in your bank account. So this is what the basis is about. The basis is about health. The basis is about peace of mind. The basis is about having your loved ones around you. And the basis is like sleeping like a baby. That is, you are not sleeping looking left and right, making sure that no one is coming to attack you or something of that sort. All these are important. You might be more successful than whoever you are idolizing, in as much as you want to be rich, in as much as you want to be famous. If you have health, you can work for money. If you have peace of mind, you can always think through things and do well. If you have your loved ones around you, they can support you emotionally. They can give you the kind of advice and all that you need. So you don't forgo the basics in your pursuit of success. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mode Channel, a channel that is to inspire, motivate, and edify people from all walks of life. If you joined in or you watch this video and you like videos like this, subscribe, click on the notification button. Bye. Thanks for watching.